what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. Once again, time for a LSU Portal Player Profile.
LSU Portal Player Profile.
And this time it gets even better because it's a Patrick Payton Portal Player Profile by Hunt Palmer. It's a lot of P's.
Yeah, so many P's. Master of none of them, though.
Remember, if you nice. Also, I was going to say, well, I like that one better. We'll just let that go. So these, of course, are coming from Hunt Palmer's series on LouisianaSports.net. Again, guys, free site, powered by us here at 104.5, but really great just to stay on top of all things Louisiana sports. And today's subject is Patrick Payton out of FSU, Jake. And this player is as exciting as anybody that you are adding to this football team. Another massive guy here. So remember, 2 years ago when Florida State went undefeated in his sophomore season. Now, granted, this was a line that featured Jared Verse, that featured Braden Fisk, right? So that's a very good line to be a part of. But 2 years ago in that undefeated season, as a sophomore, Payton had 7 sacks and 14.5 tiffles. For his career, he's got 31.5 tiffles, 16 sacks. He's 6'5", 250. Great body, big boy, elite talent. Top 10 defensive end in the country coming out of high school. Last season, however, a market step back. Only 4 sacks, 3 of which came against Cal. So here you have a player who looked like he was on the road to being a top 10 NFL pick.
Right.
Or first round, much like his teammates in Fisk and Verse lead. It's now his show. But like everything with FSU, everything goes awry. And the year does not go as planned. He's trying to find his fortune elsewhere, comes down to LSU. And the question immediately becomes, Jake, can Kevin Peoples work the same magic that he did with Braden Swinson and Savion Jones, where he got those guys playing at a higher level than they ever had to this point in their career? What can you now do with a player who has a sophomore? Forget about that. With a player who has 16 sacks and 31.5 tiffles for his career. Like, that's a potentially very high ceiling.
Yeah, this is a player that certainly had big moments in college football. You just laid out all of his stats. Coming out of high school, he was a very highly recruited guy. So the talent is there. And you're right, he did thrive when he had a first and a second rounder next to him. You have to go back, you have to watch the tape. Okay, what did he do really well in that year? Okay, maybe what did he struggle with in the next year when he didn't have those guys? What did teams do to him in that year they didn't do the year before? But you have a group of coaches that when you look at, I think Braden Swinson's going to be the best example. He was a player. He was an okay player on your team. He turns into an all-SEC player.
8.5 sacks, 13 tiffles for Braden Swinson, which I think is a good bar for, it's a very high bar, but that's Payton has that potential to hit those numbers.
Yeah, I think Patrick Payton's ceiling is higher than Swinson. Now, Swinson's great. Again, love him. Love him as a player. Love him how he grew this year. But Payton does have a higher ceiling than an edge rusher you've had in a long time, I think.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree. I have it written right here, he could be LSU's most dangerous pass rusher in a while, and I feel that's a bit disrespectful. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Swinson, but I do agree the raw physical potential is higher. So it's can Peoples maximize once again?
So I'll say the one thing that, for me studying Patrick Payton, watching him on tape, at the point, he's going to have to set the point a little bit better than he did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Savion Jones was different because he was such a massive body. Now, he'd get to the quarterback, but he was there to set the edge. I think Patrick Payton doesn't have to be that, but he's got to be better at setting the edge. That is a part of being an edge rusher that you have to be really good at. Swinson was good at it this year. We know you can rush the quarterback. Can you set the edge? That's going to be something they need to make sure they get from the 6'5", 250 Patrick Payton.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
Those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.